Guys, it's Raider Bros, and we got a bit of a story time. Now, this story time, this just happened yesterday. So basically, this crazy girl called my number, judging by the story time. Basically, so we're gonna start out the day. I woke up, it was like noon, okay? It was noon, and I wanted to just I didn't know what I was gonna do. I woke up and I checked my texts. Now, I never usually check my texts, but I checked them. And I had a text from my friend Larry. Now, Larry's a complete badass. Like, honestly, he's pretty fucking sick. Not saying he's badass because he kind of, like, dropped out of high school, but other than that, he was pretty cool. He was pretty chill dude. And he texted me, he was like, yo, where do you live? I gave him my address, and I go, why? And he goes, no reason, see you in 20 minutes. So I was like, alright, I guess he's coming to hang out. So I get dressed, I get ready for the day. And after that, I go over to his house, or I don't go over to his house. He comes gets me. He's in a car, right? And he's just chilling outside my front, like the front of my house. So I'm like, okay, that's probably him. I go out because I don't recognize the cars that usually sit, like, because there's a ton of cars from like the college kids that usually sit in my front yard, and I didn't recognize that car. So I was like, okay, he's probably here. And then I get a text that confirms my reasoning to believe that he was there. He's like, yo, I'm outside. And like, and then he sends me a snap of my house. I'm like, okay, yeah, that is him. So I go out, I go greet him. He's with his buddy. We'll call him Jacob for the sake of this story. And him and Jacob are just like, yo, my mom gave me $200 to go do whatever the hell we want. So we thought, we didn't know what to do. So we were just like, we could go to Jackson's. I was like, all right, bet. And they were like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know, bro. So I went to go ask my mom if we could go, like if I could go with them, because they were just gonna come like get me. So I invite them inside, and we're waiting for my mom to come like meet Jacob, because she's never met Jacob before. She meets Jacob, and then we leave. We ended up deciding we were going to Dave & Buster's. So we go to Dave & Buster's, and we get there, and we have no idea what to do. So we spent $50 on a card that he already had, and we had like 300 credits on it. We went through and did like every game there, except for like the VR games that they had, which were kind of cool looking, but we didn't have enough money. Well, we had money, but we didn't put any VR tokens on, so it didn't really matter. I had a VR at home anyway. It was just like Vader's Immortal or something. I was like, it looked cool, but like I'm probably getting it anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's only like 30 bucks at home, so it'd be the exact same. Anyway, so we get there, we're doing like our thing, right? We do all the games, and then we're just like, all right, we're bored of Dave & Buster's. We only spent 50 bucks out of the 150 we had. I went and got lunch, and then we finally decided, hey, let's go to GameStop and get like some Pokemon cards or something. So we head over there, and this dude puts out a sign, like as soon as we get there. There's nobody inside of the store, and there's hella people waiting outside to get in. This dude, the dude that works there, there's literally like 3 people working, and this dude puts a sign up there, and he says, be back in 20. And I'm like, yo, there's no way this dude is having lunch at fucking 4 o'clock. But it didn't matter. We just went over to the Target that was over there, because even I said, I was like, there's probably more Pokemon at the Target. So we go over there, and then as we're in this Target and we're looking at the Pokemon, debating if we should get a $40 box, because it came with 4 packs, so we were going to pack battle if we did. And that's exactly what we did. And fun fact, I won, because I got the sickest amount of cards. But basically, we're in this Target and we're debating if we should get it. We did. But before that, I get a call, and it's a number that's in my area code. So I was like, oh, okay, so it's probably somebody I know that I gave my number to. I answer the phone, right? And this person goes, are you Jackson? No hi, no hello, nothing. So already that's a red flag. Like 1 red flag. And once we hit 3, I'm like once I hit 3 red flags, I'm like, alright, I gotta hang up on this person. That's not how it went. How it went was, hey, is this Jackson? No hi, nothing, like I said. And I go, yeah, why? Now, everybody's gonna be flaming me in the comments, right? You know, why the hell would you say yes? You don't even know who it is. Like, again, I gave somebody my number that same week, and I thought they finally called me. They didn't, by the way. But I finally, like, I gave them my number. I thought they called me. Don't even attempt to hate on me for that. Anyway, It was a dude too, so I wasn't expecting a girl to answer. I'm dumb. Anyway, so this conversation continues. I go, yeah, why? And I go, who's this? Instead of saying why, I say, who's this? And they go, that's none of your concern. I was like, the fuck it is. You called my phone and asked for my name. You better tell me yours or I'm hanging up on you and blocking your number. And they go, fine, I'm one of A's friends. We're gonna call her A because I couldn't think of a name off the top of my head and I didn't want to say her actual name, so I didn't ask for permission. But she goes, I'm one of A's friends. Immediately, I'm like, that's one of my best friends. I dated them at the time, but I don't ever remember giving one of her friends my number, ever. Except for, like, one, and it was a guy. So I was like, second red flag, I didn't give any of her friends my number. So I was like, okay, what do you want? And she goes, are you still single? I was like, no, I'm not. Because I'm not. And fucking... she goes, well, I can change that, and fucking hangs up. Now, my girlfriend's in Colorado, so I was like, sure you are. Like, immediately, I'm, like, looking at my friends, I'm like, yo, somebody just, like, threatened me and my girlfriend. And they're like, yo, what the like, they have no idea what the conversation was. Like, they just heard me talking. Like, they were still talking about the Pokemon cards, of course. And they go, yo, what the that's a little weird. And I'm like, yeah, they just threatened me and my girlfriend. They're like tripping. They're like, all right, well, no, don't worry about it. So we start heading out. We bought the Pokemon cards, and we go to GameStop to see if there's anything better. Because my buddy already wanted to go and get a $25 gift card. So he was like, all right, let me just go and get this. And he immediately, he's like, we went to GameStop, right? And like the guy was back, but he still wasn't letting people in for some reason. So we had to wait outside for a minute while he disinfected the entire fucking GameStop, which was stupid in my opinion because it literally it took him like 30 minutes to do it. So in that time span, I go and I text my girlfriend, right, who's still in Colorado at the time, like at the time being of the story, right? And I go, yo, so some girl just called my phone, and I was like, or at first I texted her, I was like, yo, can you call? She's like, no, I'm watching a movie with my mom, why? And I was like, yo, some girl just like threatened me and you, like just threatened you straight up on call, and they don't even know who you are. She was like, what the that's weird. And then I thought, why am I telling my girlfriend this? I should be texting my friend who knows the person that threatened my girlfriend. I wasn't really thinking at the time. I was just thinking like, you know, this person just threatened my girlfriend. I'm gonna text her and tell her about it. It's my girlfriend, so I'm just like, let's tell her. Immediately, I go, after I'm done texting my girlfriend, she's like, okay, well, I gotta go finish this movie. I was like, okay, sorry for bothering you. And I text the person who's apparently friends with the person. And I go, yo, so one of your friends, somehow who got my number, like, just threatened me and my girlfriend. She goes, yo, what the like, she's confused as shit. She had no idea this happened. I was like, oh, you don't know them? Because usually girls that I date in the past who, like, don't talk to me really anymore or just don't like me for a stupid-ass reason, they'll tell their friends to just call me, like a prank call. It happens all the time, but still. This girl, she has no idea. I feel so bad for her that she has no idea that her friend's doing this kind of shit. And I was like, yeah, one of your friends just like straight up just threatened me. She said she was friends with you. She goes, oh, I think I know who it is. And she names this person, and we're gonna call this person E. So I'm like, oh shit, you know them? And then I immediately remembered from the name, I recognized, you know, this girl was weird in the past too. Because she tried to break us up at the time, like when we were dating. And she, like, immediately I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this chick was crazy. But I never gave her my number ever, I don't remember. So I was like, did you give her my number or something? And she was like, no, but she was at my house recently and probably went through my contacts. I was like, oh, great. She's like, I'll talk to her. I'm like, thank you. So then I text my girlfriend again. I'm like, okay, so I found out who it was. She goes, you did? I was like, yeah, one of my friend's friends. And she's like, oh, okay, weird. And then I get a text. 3 hours go by since I texted her last. 3 hours go by. I'm home. My buddy's left. Okay, so basically, I'm just gonna tell you what happened the rest of my day because this story time's already short as it is. It was just a weird little short story time that I thought I'd share with you guys. But as that happens, me and my buddy, we go into this GameStop because our friend Jacob was gonna go get the car, which he didn't. he sat outside the GameStop and waited for us when he had all the time in the world to go get the car. But we go inside of this GameStop, and then me and Larry, we're looking at shit. I was like, I have $40 on me, but I'm not gonna spend it because my mom tell me I could spend it at a GameStop. So if I came home with the game, I'd probably get my ass handed to me. So I was like, all right, let me just watch you. And my buddy couldn't find anything. He was like, yeah, good thing we bought the Pokemon cards so we didn't have to go back to Target. I was like, why? He was like, because they don't have anything here. I was like, yeah, makes sense. GameStop usually doesn't have anything good. So we leave. Our buddy Jacob is still sitting outside. Didn't grab the car like we asked. But it was cool. I mean, he didn't really feel like walking, and if he did, we'd still have to wait for him to get back. So all of us walked. We went back to the car. And we left. Because that's what we were planning on doing already. So we leave, and we go back to my place, right? And we eventually bought more. We bought more Pokemon cards at the Target by my place, of course. We spent like $120 on Pokemon cards that day. And then we get back to my house. We do a Poke Battle. I win. Pack battle. I won, of course, because I got the best cards because I was lucky. And then my buddies left because we weren't getting any more Pokemon. I asked my mom, I was like, can I get a box so that we can do another pack battle? And she was like, no. So I was just like, all right. My friends dipped. 3 hours after I texted my friend A, I get a text and she's like, yo. I was like, yo, did you talk to her? She goes, yeah. It was her, and she said she's sorry, it was just supposed to be a joke. I was like, yeah, well, threatening me, my girlfriend, isn't really a joke, in my opinion. That's more of like, I want to kill you. And I was like, well, and I told her, I was like, yo, just make sure she blocks my number, and I'll do the same to her. And she's like, alright, I'm really sorry that happened. I was like, no problem. I was like, we should hang out again sometime, because I had not hung out with her. I met her at like a bowling alley. It's pretty fun, actually. Every time we used to hang out. But other than that, I texted a friend. I was like, yo, we should hang out again. Other than that, good night, have a good night. She's like, yeah, thanks. So I could tell she was already in a pissy mood because her friend did that. Because like I was really close to her, and she probably thinks I have like a different opinion on her now. But other than that, she was like, yeah, it's alright, have a good night. And we stopped talking. So that was the story time. It was a bit of a short one, and it was turned into a long one because I just explained the rest of my day. And Larry, I know you're watching this, and I know you know that I'm actually talking about you. So, hi. I told the story time. I didn't ask you if I could use your name in a video, so that's why your name is Larry. And the girl that's friends with my buddy, that's friends with my friend, then don't ever do that again to anyone, because that's creepy. That's not gonna get you a boyfriend either. Threatening them if they're fucking single. Threatening them to kill their fucking girlfriend. That's not cool.